Aries, a very warm welcome. My name is Drew. This is Modern Tarot. Those of you that are new here, welcome. And those of you returning, welcome back. And a big thank you to all of you guys. Aries are really big viewers of this channel. And you know what? From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for that, for your support. So, Aries, this is July 2025, the last couple of weeks, okay? Two of Cups wanted to show itself there, okay? That's a deep soul bond. I don't know what this is about just yet. Let's have a look. Aries, one more shuffle, and I'm going to go straight into this reading. All right, we're done. Okay, Aries, this might be quite an auspicious time for you with the moon here, okay? Your intuition might be heightened throughout the month of July, the last couple of weeks of July. This is, you might be a little bit mysterious. People might find you a little bit mysterious, Aries, throughout the last couple of weeks. And that's a good thing. We always need to retain a certain amount of mystery about us, all right? That stops us from being taken for granted. That stops us from overexposing ourselves. And what I mean by that, Aries, is, you know, we always need to hold a little back and give in small measures, all right? It's an art form, but it keeps people, number one, interested, curious, that sense of mystery, okay? So remember that, Aries, you know, retain that mysteriousness. It's very attractive, okay? You know, the human state is one of lack. They want more. When they can't quite get there, they're fascinated and they want to research and find out more. Okay, so mysterious you is key. Center of the reading. All right, you might be stuck, Aries, in making decisions. Okay, do I go this way? Do I go that way? You know, what's the way forward? And I think for the last couple of weeks of July, you're not going to be making any decisions. Don't get bogged down with it, Aries, you know, like thinking I'm stuck. Remember, you are free. So sit in that space throughout the month of the last couple of weeks of July. Sit in that space and go, all right, I got two decisions here. I know that I'm not ready to make either of them. And so I'm just going to sit in a peaceful place and let me get some divine intervention or divine guidance. So Two of Swords, okay, center of the reading. You know, that could be read as a very negative card, but it's not. You know, sometimes we are stuck for a reason, but it's just the way we frame it, Aries. We're free, you know? You know, I had a client once and, you know, I'm stuck in France. No, you're free in France. You know, you know, I've had a big cold with all my friendships. Now I'm lonely. No, you're not. You're free to make new friends, and so it really is. You know, okay. The challenge for you, Aries, all right, throughout the last couple of weeks of July, okay, we've got the Emperor, okay, your energy right there, Aries energy. What it is, you know, sometimes we are faced with, I'm really not sure of what direction, okay, but I want to take control of this. And so the idea throughout the last couple of weeks, be patient with yourself, Aries, that divine intervention, that divine guidance is going to come and you're going to be ready to take action. So sit with it, okay? Reason why it's all happening, yeah, you want to go to work, Aries. You want to work on something. You really want to put your all into something, get your teeth into something, okay, last couple of weeks, okay? You might be itching to do that. Whether that be work, love, life, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm ready to take action now. Bit of a challenge because I don't feel 100% ready in my decision with the Two of Swords in the upright, okay? Okay, recent past Aries coming into this reading, we had the King of Cups in reverse. You know what, I think this is a lot to do with I am no longer stuck, okay, in other people's emotional manipulation of me, insulting my intelligence. Come out before for you, Aries, all right? You know, it's an insult to your intelligence when people think that they can mess with your emotions, okay? So coming into this reading, some of you might have, you know, let go of people, let go of your emotional attachment to people. But you're still quite stuck and you're thinking, right, yeah, I want to take action. I really want to get my teeth into something. But you're going to sit with it for a couple of weeks, okay? Yeah, because you're opening up again, Aries. The newfound Aries. It's like, I've said it before on this channel for you guys. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. And now you're just waiting to see whether it is a window of sunshine as opposed to, passing showers. So you're not quite ready to really take that action, but it's coming, Aries. Okay. You're slowly opening up again. All right. You might be open up to new romantic connections, these kind of things, with the Four of Cups in reverse. The Four of Cups in the upright as a focus would be, I'm disappointed, I'm apathetic towards love. We know where you've been, Aries. We know, maybe emotional manipulation. We know that the lover's dropped out of situations, no longer harboring any, Whitney Houston, I will always love you kind of feelings, crying into your coffee or your gin and tonic. You're ready to open up again, Aries, but you're not ready to really go for it with all of your newfound boundaries and all of your inner strength that you've managed to replenish, okay, in the last months, 3, 4 months maybe. But it's coming, all right? Okay, look at this, all right, which you don't see coming towards you. High Priestess, okay, this is you. And again, this is a mystery card. And the topic of this reading, Aries, is retain your mystery. It makes you highly attractive. It makes you, people want to find out about you. So, if we say that, trust is earned, it's not given. Respect is earned, it's not given. You know, why am I going to give away the deepest parts of myself straight off the bat? Mysteriousness, Aries, is key to this month, okay? All right, your energetic field. Aries, watch your emotions, watch your... Remember, look, we have happiness and we have sadness, okay? It's a spectrum, a pendulum, if you like. And we flip between one and the other. What's that film, Pursuit of Happiness? And people spend their lives pursuing happiness. But, what's that saying? I've got it tattooed on my arm. This too shall pass. We've got to accept the good and the bad, the highs and the lows. And in between is a place called joy. And that's where we should be living. We accept the good and the bad, the light and the dark, the duality of life. And so your energetic field is the Nine of Cups in reverse, okay? So this is one of, when will I ever be happy? I'm not really that happy. But Aries, go for joy, okay? And joy is, I'm joyful. I'm joyful that some days I'm high, some days I'm not so high. But in between that, a bit like what's it called? A coconut tree, At the bottom, it's super solid and rigid. At the top, it's so flexible. But in the middle, it doesn't move much. It's flexibility. It accepts the wind. It accepts the stillness. All right? So just watch how you think about happiness and what happiness is to you. All right? Follow joy. Outside influences, okay, we've got the Four of Pentacles in the upright, Aries. This is an outside influence. This could be somebody holding back. This could be somebody, a bit of a miser. This could be, people that are just a little bit scarce with their time, care, and attention. They could be holding on to things. So, this is why you always want to retain a certain amount of mystery because, some people really hold back from you, Aries. So why would you offer on a plate all of your secrets? Wouldn't make sense, would it? Okay, your fears. You're fearing, to be taken out of balance again. All right, Aries, it's a fear of yours. That's okay. Just makes you a little bit more prudent and more discerning when it comes to how much you're giving, of yourself straight off the bat. Outcome for you guys, all right? Look out for collaborations, all right? Teamwork, working together here with the Three of Pentacles. So, some of you for work, some of you might have a challenging boss, okay? But you know what? There's going to be great teamwork amongst your colleagues throughout the last couple of weeks. You're going to be really pulling together, despite the boss, just for some of you. But as an outcome, it's great. It's about collaboration. All right, it's coming together. Some of you guys, that can be a card of counseling, and talking to people and mediation, these kind of things. All right. So let's have a look. I just want to clarify this reading now and go through, what this is all about. Why is the Two of Swords here for you, Aries? Last couple of weeks of July 2025. Two of Swords, is not a bad place to be. It's a bit like in life, you would agree, guys, that, you know what, I really want to do that, or I want to do this. But without the 100% passion, we never get it started. And so we wait for that divine guidance when we go, I'm ready to rock now. I'm ready to go. And so look at it as, you know what? I'm in transition. I'm not stuck. I'm in transition. I'm just waiting for that internal green light, which is going to come from my intuition. Does this feel good? Am I ready to go? Is the Emperor ready? Has he polished these boots and ready to go here? Which is taking control, all right? All right. Some of you are stuck, okay, Aries, a little bit in a feeling of lack, left out in the cold and these kind of things, all right? So, watch that. When we set boundaries, I've said it before, when we set boundaries, we have these major goals and we go, that ain't working and this isn't working. I'm no longer resonating with that place, that bar I used to go to, that restaurant, these people I used to hang out at this social club or whatever you do, all right, outside of your 9 to 5. And like we cull that and we go, you know what, I'm moving on from that. And then people naturally just drift out of our lives, people's places and things, right? It's part of our growth. It's like, a form of non-attachment because we end up in cliques and our life doesn't get any bigger. We end up around, tables of small groups gossiping and these kind of things. So we're not growing. And the Aries mind is fast. It loves information. You are the detectives of the zodiac. You need inspiration, inspirational people. So, don't get stuck thinking, my God, my life's a little bit empty now. Your life is free, Aries, to meet new inspiring people. Okay, the challenge for you throughout the last couple of weeks, okay, we've got the Emperor, all right? That is about, taking control. The Emperor can be a little bit stoic. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And it comes back to, really taking control of where I'm investing my time. I'm not giving too much away. I'm not offering myself on a plate to people. I am the high priestess. I'm retaining my mystery, okay? And I'm working on myself, and I'm my own project, my own best friend, okay, throughout the last couple of weeks of July. Okay, you're working really hard at moving forward, Aries. We've got the Eight of Pentacles here, and we've got the Six of Swords. This is moving on to calmer waters. You are moving, although things might seem a little bit static or stuck. Remember to change the words, guys. I'm free now for new inspiration, people, places, and things. Yeah, look, recent past. Okay, this is a divine counterpart almost. We've got the King of Cups in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. So for my female viewers, it's like your masculine and feminine sides are both in unison now, where you kind of like dropped the ball on some old love situations, these kind of things, whereas the feminine side might still be very emotional about things, that kind of stuff, and yet the masculine wants to take action and reconnect with someone because the feminine is missing someone. Now it's in unison where you're both in the reverse, which means that your feminine and your masculine have let go of any emotional attachment from the past. For some of you, it's not a personal reading, which will make you feel free and slowly opening up again, which is your focus. What else is out there? Look at this, Aries. Your focus is the world. Some of you, it might be focused on travel. But your focus is, I'm slowly opening up again to a brand new cycle, a brand new me. The old has ended. I think I've actually let go of the residual emotions surrounding that. Okay. Yes, those were great times. Yes, those were some shitty times. I realize now I'm hanging on to my mysterious side. I'm not giving it all away, wearing my heart on my sleeve. I'm letting people expose themselves to me, Aries. Look at this. Then we got the sun, okay? The high priestess and the sun as what you don't see coming. This is clarity, Aries, from holding back, being mysterious and letting other people expose themselves. Increments of time. Trust is earned, not given. Respect is earned, not given. And this is how you get very clear, because you're not doing all the talking anymore. You're not selling yourselves, overselling, that competitive Aries spirit. You realize, you know what? I'm sitting back watching popcorn and watching what's going on. I'm super studying, all seeing, all knowing me, and people find me attractive because I'm not the loudest person in the room anymore. I'm not the person that's wanting to hold it all together. I'm the person now that's the silent watcher. And this is where I get very clear as to who's around me, who's orbiting around me. I see straight through them with the sun here and the high priestess. It's brilliant, Aries. Okay, look, for some of you guys, not a personal reading, okay, throughout the month of July, you were just pretty unhappy with disingenuous people. Why can't they just show up and be honest? I'll take the light and the dark. I'll take anything, but I won't take lies. I won't take disingenuous behavior, you know? So it really is. Look, Aries, it's like, show, don't tell. This is you, show me what you got. Don't tell me, seen it all before. No time for it. No time for bullshit. Okay, look, outside influences, maybe this is you, holding back from people that want to put you in these messy situations, Aries. You've learnt your lesson coming into the last couple of weeks of July. Do you know what? It's a waste of my time. I can't build. I'm clear now, and I'm going to be the mysterious person you cross at work. I know you want to try and get in my pants or whatever they want to do, spend time with Aries because they're attracted to your intelligence and all these kind of things. But you know what? You're just holding back from people that want to put you in situations like this and insult your intelligence, right? Okay. Sometimes you might fear, Aries, that I don't want to be taken out of balance again. It's been a long, hard slog for me to get healthy again, to feel balanced, to get clarity on my intuition, to close out cycles here and start anew and slowly opening up again. I do fear that, I might be thrown out of balance again, and, I don't want to be guarded, but unfortunately, if I'm dealing with characters like this, I have no choice but to guard myself because I know that healing is a long process, all right? Okay, outcome, all right, we've got the Three of Pentacles. Some of you, okay, if this is about work, some of you might decide to join a team as opposed to being self-employed. You might actually collaborate. So collaboration might be quite important throughout the last couple of weeks of July, Aries. Some of you guys, just watch out, all right? If somebody might be coming your way, Aries, all right? There might be three people in the mix. This person might not be single, okay? Now remember, you've got the wherewithal now. You've got the wisdom to spot it. You ask the questions, let people reveal themselves to you. What's your current situation? Are you married? Are you seeing somebody? Are you openly dating? Are you a serial dater? These kind of things. All right. So just watch out. There might be. It seems like Aries really attracts people that are already kind of like committed or in things, and they think they've got a chance with Aries, but I don't think you're going to go for it. Let's have a look. I want to take some cards on. Take this, all right? So, recent past Aries coming into this reading. I'm not going to focus too much on it. King of Cups, Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? Some of you, the loving feeling has just gone, in maybe some old connections that, you were emotionally attached to or maybe did and an emotional number on your Aries, but your masculine and feminine are caught up together now, and they're holding hands going, you know what, we're all out of love here, you know, my inner masculine and inner feminine. I was only in it for fun. I was never serious. Okay. So you're totally uninvested in people that are, you know, they're just out for fun. They're just here for a good time, not a chapter, not for the book in Aries life. Okay. Now some of you, you know, that might have been you that, you know, switching off my emotions. I'm just going to have some fun in the past, maybe just for some of you. It's not a personal reading, guys. Okay, Aries, you are opening up to new possibilities now. This is your focus, all right? With the Four of Cups in reverse, all right? Remember, in the upright, it's all about apathy and, you know, stuff love. And I'm not even seeing suitors coming my way. I'm so out of love and I just can't go there, you know? And then we've got the World, which is about endings and brand new beginnings, brand new cycle. And then I've got, you know, I am restless and our goals are different. And I think Aries, what it's about is your focus now is you are all seeing, all knowing, all right, with the sun, getting very clear that, you know what, I'm trusting my intuition here. I am going to shine the light on anyone that comes my way. I want to see what their agenda is with me, because I am not investing in people that are restless and that are on different pages in life, different motives, different morals and values. Okay, it's great, Aries. Okay, we've got now, you know, this is what you don't see coming. My work is an important part of my life. Sorry if it seems to take over at times. Some of you guys, as I say, you might be very busy with work, and there might be people around you that are wondering what's going down with you, but you're just busy for some of you, okay, with your work and your projects. Yeah, you know, Aries, your energetic field is you're looking for someone that, you know what, I want to spend quality time with someone. And it's come out in your readings before that these kind of characters can't offer you quality time. You know, they might reach out to you when, you know, the shit is hitting the fan in their current situation. And then they reach out to Aries as like an emotional band-aid or to fill the gap. And you're going, you know what? You keep it moving, dude, dudette. You know, I've no time for that. You know, I'm not here to be used. You know, and it's kind of funny, Aries. You seem to attract those kind of people. Okay, something about you. You teach them to love again, but you know, it's like, what's in it for Aries? You know, you're looking for a togetherness. You want to spend quality time with someone. You know, and this is going to be on your mind. That you know what, I've met people where the goals and morals are different. They're restless people. They make me feel anxious. Um, you know, and you're worried that a fear of yours, Aries, still is, you know, I'm going to be thrown out of balance and I'm tired of being guarded. I don't want to be guarded, you know, and I'm dealing with people that don't know the meaning of true intimacy. Into me, you see, you know, which is about sharing the deepest parts of ourselves, the light and the dark, the duality, that togetherness, right? And it's kind of like, why do I have to walk around the world feeling imbalanced and guarded against these douchebags that keep coming my way? You know? But look at this, all right? Somebody, Aries, there might be somebody there, okay? Do you remember what I was saying at the start of the reading about an outcome? I don't know whether it's the same person that's been coming out in your readings that are going through a hard time. This person doesn't want to be single. They might want to work with you. I don't want to move on. I want you to move on. I don't want to repeat things. Now, as an outcome, all right? So somebody might want to work on something. They don't want to be single. So Aries, just watch that. You know, it seems like you want this person to move on. You're all out of love. You know, you missed the boat. This person missed the boat, whatever went down. Okay, so just watch out for that. There might be someone there that might try to want to work. They might be not doing so great. with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and it's coming from a place of codependency. You know, when you pull the plug, Aries, on people, you pull back, you hold back from them. You know, it's triggering for them. And so they go into this codependent state where I've got to reach out. It's like panic phase. But it seems to me that, you know, I want you to move on. I don't want to repeat things with you, you know? Yeah, look, there is someone there, Aries, and they're still in your orbit. You know, this person, I don't think they realized what they had until it was gone, until they had done so much damage. You know, and they realized that you were one of the best things that ever happened to them. And they're still in this reading. They're coming in Aries readings here. But I think that you've no time for Aries. Or is this you, Aries? Okay, is there someone there that you still think of, and you know, you, even though the goals and you know there's a restlessness within it, you know, you're still, you might find this person still attractive, Aries. You're happy when you see their face. You might not want it to be over. Maybe some of you with the world there, you want a brand new beginning, opening up to a brand new beginning. You know, has this person changed? Just for some of you, maybe they have. All right, but just watch out for someone there that they don't want to be single. They might be, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse can be a codependent card, guys. All right. So when their life isn't working out, they come running, you know, to fill their cup again. And then you build them up, Aries, and off they go again. You know, just watch out for that kind of thing. If it's about new love, okay, let's have a look at new love for those of you that are actively, you know, dating right now, or you know, maybe you just met somebody, Aries. If it's about new love, okay. So we got heart to heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other in reverse, Aries. And you know what? It's a fear of yours. I don't know the meaning of true intimacy, you know, and the heart to heart conversations in reverse. It's, and then give your relationship a chance. Somebody might have changed their view on connections, all right? They might want to come back and work on something with you, Aries. Or this is at least their intention. Whether they act on it in the last couple of weeks of July, I don't know. But maybe they want to, you know, give the relationship a chance. But, you know, is this someone that doesn't know the meaning of true intimacy, Aries? You know? You know, is that what you need in your life? I mean, it looks like you want to spend quality time with someone. You know, you want a bit of depth, I think. You want it both. You want it all, Aries, and why not? You know, you want your intellect sparked. You want inspiration, your mind to be inspired, you know, and you want quality time with someone, you know, someone that inspires you, Aries. Let's have a look. Something that might be quite important, Aries, throughout the last couple of weeks of July, something to consider, something that maybe you've forgotten about, but which is going to be key throughout the last couple of weeks of July. Personal boundaries, Aries. Okay. And you're probably sick of it. You're probably saying, look, Drew, I'm tired of being guarded and having boundaries. I just want to have fun and enjoy my life. But that's all very well and all very well said, Aries, isn't it? But if you're meeting people like this, you know, Ace of Swords in reverse here, you need personal boundaries. It's called self-preservation, all right? Choice, assertiveness, empowerment, and authenticity. Okay? And how you're going to get there, Aries, is by retaining mysteriousness, not giving it your all, not being openly available all the time, because you've got your own, you know, we all have a secret life, a private life, and a public life. And your secret life, if you like, is your spiritual work, your inner work, Aries, where you're getting very clear with yourself. Nobody needs to know. It's your own personal project where you're becoming your own best friend, you know, It can be repeating mantras. It can be self-talk, mirror work, and all these kind of things. Nobody needs to know about it. It's your secret life. Okay, but personal boundaries are going to be very important last couple of weeks of July. The mind, openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. Aries, highly spiritual card. It's kind of like, the crown chakra there. High priestess and the sun, getting very clear. Some of you might feel very free and clear in your mind. And the heart chakra, you know, color green might be quite significant throughout the last couple of weeks of July. And it really is. You are opening up again, Aries, but you're wanting a brand new cycle, a whole new world where your personal boundaries are in place. You can deliver them in a more relaxed state now because you're not coming from a defensive standpoint where you were hurt. You've let go of emotional residue, of emotional manipulation, your kindness being taken as foolishness, your intellect being taken as stupidity, your spiritual side being laughed at, and all these kind of things. You've got your personal boundaries in place, all right, which allows the heart now to open, Aries. And not only that, you're balancing it with the mind. So the heart and the mind are in unison now. And so is the inner masculine and feminine for my female viewers. Okay, so it's brilliant work. Let's have a look. Positive message for you. Last couple of weeks. All right, but look, it's a great reading, guys. I think it come out at the first couple of weeks of July is you will start to see people not looking so great around you that you've naturally drifted away from because they were restless people and bringing you down and making you feel confused and all these kind of things. You might not see them doing that well, Aries. And that's an outward show of your internal work of where you're just naturally drifting away. Although you might feel a little bit stuck and you know what, I've cut out so many people. But you're free, Aries. You're not stuck anymore. You're not lonely. You are alone. So aloneness without loneliness is such an amazing place to be because you're no longer codependent to the idea of love. You're longer codependent to needing somebody else, okay, to make you happy, Aries, which makes you highly attractive, It's the start of unconditional love, interdependent relationships, all right? Relax. Everything is okay, Aries. Everything is working out perfectly. And this situation will resolve effortlessly. Expect miraculous solutions to unfold. Back to the start of the reading. You're not stuck in a feeling of lack, Aries. Sit with it. You are free. And you're just waiting for some divine intervention, this aha moment, which is going to come. And then the Emperor's going to kick in and you're going to take action and maybe surprise yourself. Without the passion, we can't do anything, guys. We can give it a go, but we're not really passionate about it. So we're just going to, it's going to feel a bit blah. But once, the passion is there and we're going, that's it. The Emperor kicks in and you're off. You take action. Be fearlessly you, Aries. It's time to become fearlessly you. This is the most powerful step you can take towards living your best life. Don't worry about what others think. All right? If you're a song, Aries, all right, last couple of weeks of, look, I've given you another long reading, right? 33 minutes. If you're a song, throughout the last couple of weeks, lyrics might mean something. The band might be a subliminal message there. If it's not your genre, guys, just give it one listen to and then dump it, all right? A song for you. Well, I Wonder, all right, by a band called The Smiths, an independent band, back in the 80s, 90s, all right, The Smiths, Well, I Wonder. It's a bit dreamy. It's about, it's a bit of a melancholic song. It's about, do you notice me when I pass, these kind of things. Some of you guys, there might be somebody around you, Aries, that you might start to notice, whereas once before you weren't noticing suitors because you were so wrapped up in something else that might have done a little bit of a number on you or was still in your energetic field. There might be somebody around you throughout the last couple of weeks of July and they're thinking, does Aries see me? Do they notice me? Watch out for that. There might be, an amazing character just waiting around the corner for you. One of these as well. All right, and I'm going to love and leave you guys to enjoy the last couple of weeks of July. Brilliant work, though, Aries. Seriously, really good work. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being, and this is where you are, Aries. You're no longer blaming. You're no longer playing Whitney Houston, I will always love you. You realize I'm in charge of my destiny. I can see clearly now the rain is gone, and not only that, I've got my high priestess to back me up, and I'm trusting and getting clarity on my intuition. All right, so it's brilliant, Aries. It's going to be an empowering month where you'll drop a lot of burdens. You're ready to open up again and go into a brand new cycle. All right, a whole new world. So, Aries, I hope you enjoyed that. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do this for free for you. If you want a personal reading, you can reach out at moderntarot.net or browse the YouTube Modern Tarot store, and I'll do my best to give you some clarity on your personal situations. In the meantime, Aries, have an amazing last 2 weeks of July, and I'll see you back here for another reading. Take care now. Bye.